Okay, we've got this pool filled up here, and I've got my bucket of citric acid. I went ahead and calculated how many gallons are in here about right now, and it appears there's about 300 gallons. And I did some math on that, and they say that you should have at least 1/2 to 1 cup of citric acid per gallon. So apparently there's about 100 cups in this bucket. So if I fill it anymore, it's going to be a pretty weak solution. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in and let that soak, and then maybe fill it up a little bit more later with more of a diluted solution and let the rest of it soak. That way I can, get to work on those heavy areas which are toward the bottom, heavily rusted areas. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so for now I've just sprinkled some citric acid over the whole thing, even the parts that aren't submerged, and then just wet them down. And I'm going to let that soak in for a good while, and then go ahead and further dilute this pool. Alright, you can already see this turning yellow. So I'm just going to keep agitating it, adding a little bit more water, and letting it soak for a while. Now we can really start seeing this rust coming out as I lift it up from the inside. Okay, so this experiment here did work pretty good. I got most of this metal clean. The only problem was we had some kind of a small leak in the tarp. So the water wasn't able to rise up past about here. So the only thing that didn't get dipped was this area. But everything else with the major rust down here did. So, the rest of this I can just clean up with a wire wheel. Because see, this part of the frame isn't boxed, so I can get to this real easy. But what I think I'll do is I'll just spray some rust dissolver in there, some metal prep, and just let that sit. Get that real good, and then go ahead and spray that frame coating inside and get it all coated on the inside. And then the rest of it I'll just get with wire wheel. But man, if there wasn't a leak, this would have worked a lot better. I mean, I could do it again, but it's going to cost me another 150 bucks between the tarp and the citric acid. So I think this is going to work pretty good. I'm going to take a look at it and see what I think. Alright, I'm going to mix this baking soda up with about a gallon of water, and just go ahead and spray everything down to neutralize that citric acid. Alright, I got me one of these 10 by 20 foot car canopies, and I'm going to try and get this thing set up before the rain comes back. I've got this pulled out here. You can see all the rust that came out, and been going over it with the wire wheel and trying to get all the spots of rust out. It's been working pretty good. You can see how clean that citric acid got it. Man, it makes it just peel right off that rust once it's dipped. But you know, I'm still attacking, you know, these areas here, back here, with the wire wheel. And what I'm finding out is if you spray it down with water, or do some wire wheeling and then spray it down with the pressure washer, works a lot better. If you just try and do that dry, all you end up doing is just mixing a bunch of rust around and it never comes off. So figuring out that's the trick to getting this wire wheeled off. And then once it's cleaned off, I spray it down with some metal prep, and that keeps the rust, flash rust, from coming back. Alright, so took me all night, but finally got the 10 by 20 canopy put up, and it's got this frame looking good. Still needs a little bit more work, and I'll be ready to start hitting it with some primer and spraying that coating on the inside. Alright, so this morning I'm down out here working this thing over with the wire wheel, taking some of this metal prep off, and then getting the metal really smooth, respraying it again with more metal prep, just getting every nook and cranny of this, and then I'm going to flip this over and do the bottom side. I'm putting some of this metal prep in a pressurized sprayer, and I'm going to use this wand to get down deep in that frame, so get all the flash rust converted. Alright, I got this whole frame coated on the inside with that metal prep. I'm going to let it dry overnight. It's getting a little bit late. It seems like we might be getting some rain, so I'll wait till the morning and then start hitting it with the primer. Okay, I picked up a DeVilbiss spray gun, brand new. Looks pretty nice. A little bit of a step up from the Harbor Freight ones that I've used in the past. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, my epoxy direct to metal primer sealer came with the catalyst, and it's going to be gray. So we're getting set up to do it. Okay, I got this new exhaust manifold. Really nice condition. So throw that other one away.